Akpabio throws Buhari under the bus. In a shocking volte-face that jolted the entire Niger Delta region last week, Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Godswill Akpabio, in what apparently amounted to blaming his boss, President Muhammadu Buhari, for the inexplicable delay in inaugurating the NDDC board, announced boldly that it is not part of my job to constitute NDDC board, contradicting what he has publicly said in the past 2 years on the saddle as supervising minister of NDDC, writes Isembong Okon Ekong, not knowing who to blame for the inexplicable continued delay in inaugurating the substantiative board of NDDC after 2 months of President Buhari's receipt of the forensic audit report, coupled with Mr. President's earlier promise to inaugurate the board on receipt of the audit report. Embattled Senator Akpabio last week distanced himself from the NDDC board impasse, which he created in the first place when he wrote a memo to President Buhari in 2019 to suspend the inauguration of the Senate-confirmed board until the conclusion of the forensic audit. In a shocking volte-face, the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Godswill Akpabio, as reported in a national daily on November 2nd, 2021, under the headline, "It is not part of my job to constitute NDDC board," is now distancing himself from the continued delay in the inauguration of the board of NDDC. In the above report, the Niger Delta Affairs Minister Godswill Akpabio, who spoke through his media advisor Jackson Udom, said he will not meddle in the issue of the constitution of the board of the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC). He said it is not within his purview as the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs to do so. Senator Akpabio was reacting to the overwhelming and widespread agitations from youth, men and women, political and traditional leaders, and civil society organizations, including the latest threat by the wailing women of Niger Delta, who threatened to march on the streets and headquarters of Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) if after 7 days President Muhammadu Buhari refuses to inaugurate the substantiative board of the commission. According to them, we hold Senator Godswill Akpabio, the supervising minister of the Niger Delta Affairs, responsible for the grave degeneration and irregularities in the region and in the NDDC. The minister's futile attempt to exonerate himself from the inexplicable delay in inaugurating the NDDC board is embarrassingly puerile because it contradicts what he has publicly said and done in the past 2 years on the saddle as supervising minister of NDDC. Obviously aware of the fever-pitch tension the explicable continued delay in inaugurating the substantiative board of NDDC is causing in the region after 2 months of President Buhari's receipt of the forensic audit report, coupled with Buhari's earlier promise to inaugurate the board on receipt of the audit report, embattled Senator Akpabio now attempts to distance himself from the NDDC board impasse, which he created in the first place when he wrote a memo to President Buhari in 2019 to suspend the inauguration of the Senate-confirmed board until the conclusion of the forensic audit. Senator Akpabio, as supervising minister of the NDDC, through an official memo in 2019, recommended to the president the suspension of the inauguration of the substantiative board which President Buhari had appointed and which was confirmed by the Senate in November of 2019. The minister instead, in that same memo, recommended to the president the running of NDDC with illegal interim management and sole administrator contraptions until the completion of the forensic audit. Further checks on what the minister has said in the past 2 years firmly contradict his lame claim that it's not part of my job to constitute NDDC board. On January 6 this year, Senator Godswill Akpabio has disclosed that a substantiative board of Niger Delta Development Commission will be inaugurated by April 2021 after the forensic audit of the commission. Akpabio stated this in Abuja while receiving the interim report of the commission from the forensic auditors. He said, by April this year, when we are done with the forensic audit, we'll inaugurate a board for the commission. on the 4th of June this year, following the ultimatum by Niger Delta militants, including government Ekpembolos, alias Tompolo. Niger Delta Affairs Minister Godswill Akpabio stated that the process of inaugurating the NDDC board starts with him as the supervising minister, and that he would fast-track the process of inaugurating the substantive Niger Delta Development Commission board. He stated this after an emergency consultative visit to Oporoza, headquarters of Baramatu Kingdom in Warri South, west of Delta State. Akpabio had traveled to the creeks and met with stakeholders, including the deputy governor of the state, Dikin Kingsley Otaro, youth leader and traditional rulers from Delta, Bayelsa, Edo, and Ondo states at the palace of the Pere of Baramatu Kingdom in Delta State. The minister said, "There is a process, and that process starts with me as the Minister of Niger Delta. The major thing is that we have committed to work together to make sure that we give the people what they want. We have agreed that government through me, through my office, will work very hard to fast-track the process. The consensus of stakeholders is that there is a need for more representation of the NDDC, and so a board is needed." It will be recalled at the above meeting, the Feiwe of Baramatu Kingdom, Chief Godspower Gbenekama, told the minister that anything that happens to the oil industry, if the NDDC board is not inaugurated, you, Akpabio, should be held responsible. Also on June 29 this year, the minister, who spoke while appearing on a live radio Nigeria audience participatory program organized as part of the activities marking the second term of the Buhari administration at the Radio House in Abuja, stated that the recommendations and outcome of the forensic audit of the activities of NDDC will be implemented by the new board to be inaugurated soon. The following day, June 30th, Senator Godswill Akpabio, who fielded questions from State House correspondents at the Presidential Villa Abuja, said that actions have been expedited on the process of inauguration of the board of NDDC. He said he was hopeful that the new board would use the recommendations of forensic audit to work and reposition the commission. Stakeholders in the Niger Delta region are therefore understandably shocked and disappointed in what now appears to be an apparent attempt to blame his boss, President Buhari, for the inexplicable delay in inaugurating the NDDC board, when he gleefully states that it is not part of my job to constitute NDDC board, contradicting what he has publicly said in the past 2 years. Presently, across the length and breadth of the Niger Delta region, there are unending calls, demand, and peaceful agitations of youth, men and women, political and traditional leaders, and civil society organizations that the inauguration of the board of the NDDC will ensure compliance with the law, ensure equitable representation of the constituent states, and thereby promote and sustain peace, equity and fairness, transparency and accountability, good governance and rapid development and transformation of the Niger Delta region, and douse the tension of militancy, as well as curtail the menace of insecurity in the region. According to prominent Niger Delta groups, the non-inauguration of the board negates a promise by the president to inaugurate the board after the forensic audit. The group that have expressed their dismay include Pan Niger Delta Forum (PANDEF), the Ijaw National Congress (INC), the Ikwere People's Congress (IPC) worldwide, Isoko Development Union (IDU), the Movement of the Survivor of Izon Ethnic Nationality in Niger Delta. They have warned against further delay of the NDDC board inauguration.